Good morning, all of you. Today, we are going to start with the next part of this chapter, that is cytoplasm. The cell contains ground substance which are called cytoplasmic matrix or cytosol. This is the ground substance. That means whole cell is filled with this matter, and all the cell organelles which are actually floating in this liquid, that is the jelly-like material. So this is colored jelly-like material. Colored, that means which actually contains many materials in it and shows the streaming movements, that means called a cyclosis, like a kind of a thick gravy can move in a vessel, like that kind of movement which is called cyclosis. Cytoplasm contains the water as a major component along with organic inorganic molecules. Organic molecules like sugars, amino acids, vitamins, enzymes, nucleotides, and inorganic materials like minerals in the form of salts and also some waste products. It also contains various cell organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria, plastids, nucleus, microbodies, cytoskeletal elements like microtubules. So, which actually provides a kind of area where they can be held inside the cell. Cytoplasm act as a source of raw material as well as site for various metabolic activities which are taking place in the cell. So cytoplasm which actually provides raw material, that means which contains this kind of so many material, as I have seen earlier, that organic and inorganic. So which are the raw material for many reactions, that are the metabolic activities. So that reactions which are performed in our body inside the cell. It helps the distribution and exchange of materials between the various cells and organelles. So which is a kind of we can say a material which actually serves as a transport system of the cell. Cell organelles are nothing but compartments in the cell. So these are the parts of the cell and which are carry out specific functions, and some of them coordinate with each other and complete specific tasks for the cell. So it's their own function, that specific functions that they are allotted for, and that cannot be performed without the help of cytoplasm. Nuclear membrane, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, and various types of vesicles and vacuoles form such a group which are together considered as endomembrane system of the cell. Endomembrane means inside the membrane of the cell. So organelles having distinct functions are not included in endomembrane system. For example, mitochondria or chloroplast, which are carrying out specific type of energy conversion in the cell. That's why they are not in the endomembrane system. That means we can say they are having their own membrane, like mitochondria, like chloroplast, they are showing their own membrane. Here we have finished cytoplasm. Next cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. It is complicated system of membranous channels of flattened vesicles. Vesicles, that means a bulb-like structure. It is physically continuous with the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope. So which is actually a kind of extra membrane of nucleus which is coming out in the form of vesicles. It is revealed from the electron microscopic studies of eukaryotic cells that there is a presence of network of reticulum of tiny tubular structures that are being scattered in the cytoplasm. So as the electron microscope invented, the actual structure of endoplasmic reticulum is came to know, it came under light, that means which shows a kind of uh, series of eukaryotic cells where the network of reticulum of tiny tubular. So these endoplasmic reticulum are tubules which are spread in the cytoplasm. It is also known as, it is known to be absent in prokaryotes but present in all eukaryotic cells except germinal cells and the mature human RBCs, where the endoplasmic reticulum is absent, which divides the intracellular space into two main compartments, two main parts: luminal compartment, that is inside the endoplasmic reticulum, and extraluminal, that is the cytoplasm compartment, means outside we can say. So types of endoplasmic reticulum, according to the presence of ribosomes and their membranes, there are two types: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. These are smooth because they do not bear rhizomes in the form of granules on their surfaces, because ribosomes are small, which seems like granules, which are, if they are present, that membrane will be granular. It is present in the cells where they act as a major site for the synthesis of lipid and also help in synthesis of steroidal hormone in animal cells. Steroidal hormones, that means which forms a kind of steroids, that are the hormones like testosterone, progesterone, like that kind of steroid hormones in animal cells, they perform the function to synthesize it. A rough endoplasmic reticulum, they are found extensively and continuous with the outer membrane of nucleus. That means these have rough membrane because they bear ribosomes being attached to their surfaces. They are actively being seen in the cells which have their involvement in the synthesis of secretion of proteins. So different kinds of proteins which are required for the body in the kind of enzymes or also the body building, we can say. So these are responsible for it. Functions of endoplasmic reticulum. It provides support to the colloidal cytoplasmic matrix, helps in the rapid intracellular transport of the material. Rapid intracellular transports within the cells, the transport of material means inside the cell, transport of material. ER membranes, which is in the short form, ER membrane contains a variety of enzymes of various metabolic processes, for example, ATPase, phosphatases, etc. These are the enzymes which are produced by the endoplasmic reticulum. Here in the diagram, we can find out this is the nucleus, and the nucleus which is actually nuclear membrane which is actually growing out and which forms different kinds of vesicles like balloon like structures outside. That is the endoplasmic reticulum. There is absence of ri- ribosomes, that's why it is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and if there is presence of ribosomes, that means it is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here is the difference between these two that you can just check out. I'm just going to read a little bit and explain. Smooth ER is smooth membrane due to absence of ribosomes, so whether on the rough it is present. Occurrence where it is found, glycogen storing liver cells where the smooth are found, where the formation of lipid, that is adipose cells, intestinal cells, interstitial cells, which are commonly found in the leukocytes. Leukocytes, that means one of the kind of WBC. So usually peripheral and connected with the plasma lemma. Plasma lemma, that means which is a kind of emerging out part from that endoplasmic reticulum, which consists mainly of vesicles and tubules. While rough endoplasmic reticulum, we found in the cells which are actively engaged in the protein synthesis. So that active protein synthesis, that may be secretory activity, for example pancreatic cell, plasma cells, which is mostly made up of cisternae. Cisternae are kind of involved in the protein formation, protein synthesis. Tubules are very few. It is often internal and connected with the nuclear membrane. Detoxification. The function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Detoxification, which removes toxic from the cell, stores glycogen, fat, steroid, that means in the form of steroid. That's why it is involved in the formation of steroids, gives rise to spirosomes, and involved in the lipid synthesis. Rough endoplasmic reticulum functions, which provide surface for ribosome for attachment for protein synthesis, which forms SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, by losing ribosomes, modification and packaging of newly formed proteins, that means the wrapping proteins to reach their destination, helps in formation of lysosomes, which are the suicide bags of the cell, which we are going to study in detail afterward. Golgi complex, which is discovered by V. Golgi in 1898. So the in nerve cells of the whole, and name is internal reticular apparatus. Golgi body is single membrane bound cell organelle. It is membrane bound but single membrane, only single layer. About 60% proteins and 40% phospholipids occur in Golgi body. So it is nothing but protein and phospholipids. Golgi body name as Golgi body Dalton complex, Golgi complex, lipidochondria, rich in lipids, Baker's body, idiosome, dictyosome in plant Golgi body, and trophopogium. The cytoplasm surrounding Golgi body have fewer or means less or no other cell organelles. It is called Golgi ground substance or zone of exclusion where the cytoplasm is surrounded. So Golgi bodies are pleomorphic structures because component of Golgi body are differ in structure and shape in different cells. So pleomorphic structure, that means structures which cannot be identified by their specific shape or size. Structure. Golgi complex is made up of four parts: cisternae, tubules, vacuoles, and vesicles. These are cisternae are unbranched sacules means sac like a bag like structures like smooth endoplasmic reticulum. 4 to 8 sacules are arranged on a stack means a kind of support. Dense opaque material. Dense means a kind of thick, opaque means non-transparent material inside the cisternae which is called nodes. Convex surface of cisternae, convex because it is a globular structure, that's why it shows the convex and concave surface. So which is towards the nucleus is called cis phase or forming phase, while the opposite one, that is the concave surface of cisternae, which is towards the membrane and which is called the transphase or the maturing phase. Here we can check the convex and concave both the surfaces, where the cis phase and where the transphase, both the sides which are shown in the diagram. Tubules. These are branch and irregular tube-like structures associated with cisternae. Vacuoles. Large spherical structures associated to tubules. Vacuoles means a kind of empty spaces. Spherical structures arise by budding from tubules. Budding means a kind of a growth, outward growth that which can be seen. These vesicles are filled with secretory material. So the endoplasmic reticulum, which is secreted by some kinds of steroids or maybe hormones or maybe proteins, which are stored in the Golgi body's vesicles. Functions of Golgi bodies. Chief function of Golgi body is secretion, that is export of macromolecules. Macromolecules means large molecules. Secretion involves 3 steps. Golgi body receive material from ER, endoplasmic reticulum, from or through its cis phase where it receives material. Material are chemically modified by Golgi body, for example, glycosidation of proteins and lipids which takes place in the Golgi body. So chemically modified, that is glycosidation of protein. So after chemical modifications, material pack in vesicles, and these vesicles are pinched off from transphase, means which are actually going out, leaving the Golgi body from its transphase and discharge outside the cell. Reverse pinocytosis. Golgi complex involves secretion of zymogen granules from pancreas, secretion of lactoptin from mammary glands. So zymogen granules from pancreas, secretion of lactoptin from mammary glands. These are the important secretions. The secretion of hormone by endocrine gland is mediated through the Golgi bodies. Mediated, that means which can be regulated. All macromolecules in which are to be sent outside the cell move through the Golgi body. So all the macromolecules which are actually prepared and exported out of the cell, from the cell, which are actually passing through the Golgi body. So it is termed as the principal director of the macromolecular traffic in cell or middleman of cell. Synthesis of cell wall material, which synthesizes the cell wall material, that is a polysaccharide synthesis, means a kind of, we can say, cellulose, plant cell wall. Cell plate formation, that is spragmoplast during the cell formation in the cell in the plant cell only. Formation of acrosome during spermiogenesis, that is to form the male gametes in animals. Vitelline membrane of egg is secreted by Golgi body. Vitelline membrane, a kind of thin layer on the egg, which is secreted by Golgi body. Formation of lysosomes, which are a collective function of Golgi body and endoplasmic reticulum. That means they are forming the lysosomes, which are suicide bags, which also helps the cell to degrade or degenerate unwanted material. Mucilage secretion. Mucilage, that is a kind of thin, slippery material which is secreted by plant cells, especially on the root cells for lubrication to soil. Secretion of hormones by cells of glands. Secretion of hormones by cells or maybe a glands. Next part, that is lysosomes. These are membrane bound vesicles that are produced by Golgi apparatus. They are rich in several hydrolytic enzymes that hydrolyzes hydrolytic digestive enzymes that we can say. So hydrolyzes means, for example, lipases, proteases, amylases. These are the name of the examples, name of the enzymes. As these are optimally active at acidic pH which is less than pH, and optimally, that means the maximum, or what we can say, the favorable pH for it. Therefore, it is also called the acid hydrolysis. And they are capable of digesting macromolecules from various sources like carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. Generally, these lysosomal enzymes are inactive in nature, but when lysosome comes in contact with the another particular organelle to form hybrid structure, they becomes active. After the action of enzymes, lysosome is again reformed and reused. So lysosomes are highly polymorphic cell organelle because during functioning lysosomes have different morphological and physiological states. So according to their physiological and morphological structures, they are classified as primary lysosome, secondary lysosomes, tertiary lysosomes, autophagic lysosomes, which is according to their structure and also functions. Primary lysosomes or storage granules, these are just store enzymes like acid hydrolysis in the inactive form. So enzymes synthesized on ribosomes in cytoplasm which are stored here. These are newly formed lysosomes. They forms according to the need. Secondary lysosomes or digestive vacuoles or heterophagosomes. These are formed by the fusion of primary lysosomes and phagosomes. Phagosomes that we are going to phagosomes which are actually responsible for the digestion of debris material or unwanted material from the cell. So these are secondary lysosomes which digest the material which is unwanted, or maybe it may be attack of bacteria or virus which will get degraded by secondary lysosomes. Tertiary lysosomes or residual bodies, these are containing undigested material which are called residual bodies. Residue which is undigested material which may be eliminated by the exocytosis, that means by the cytoplasm which creates cavity, and that cavity then traveling towards the cell membrane and the material is exited out from the cell directly. So these are the tertiary which are also temporary kind of lysosomes. Autophagic lysosomes or cyclosomes or autophagosomes, these are containing the cell organelle to be digested are known as autophagosomes. Means cell organelle which are now worn out, that means which are not working properly, which are omitted, which are digested, degenerated in the cell. So lysosomes polymorphism here in the diagram which is given. Lysosomes bring about intracellular and extracellular digestion. Intracellular means inside the cell and extracellular means outside the cell. Extracellular digestion is brought about by autophagic vesicle or secondary lysosomes which contain foreign material brought in by process like phagocytosis. For example, food vacuole in amoeba or macrophages in human body that engulf means nigal jana. They just engulf and destroy the harmful microbes that enter the body. Here the diagram of lysosomes is given, and also different types of lysosomes and their origin which is shown in the diagram, that you can check it out afterward by pausing the video. Extracellular digestion is brought about by release of lysosomal enzymes outside the cell. For example, acrosome, a cap-like structure in human sperm. So on the human sperm head where the acrosome is present, which is a modified lysosome and which contains various enzymes like hydrogenase. This hydrogenase helps in the fertilization of egg. So hydrogenase, which is important, which degenerates the membrane of the cell. This enzyme bring about the fertilization by dissolving protective layers of ovum, that is egg. During metamorphosis process found in many organisms, metamorphosis, that means the structural change in the body of an organism, like a tadpole of frog, where a tadpole, which is a fish-like structure, from that fish-like structure, frog is formed. So larval stage of frog is tadpole, which is fish-like structure. Lysosomal enzymes help in reusing the tissues of reductant organs. So they help in the destruction of the malignant cells, for example, T lymphocytes. So at the time of where the tail is going to reduce in the formation of frog from the tadpole, that time these enzymes are useful, which are present in these lysosomes, and also the destruction of T lymphocytes. Next cell organelle, that is vacuoles. These are membrane bound, mean they have their own covering, membrane bound sacs, which are prominently found in the plant cells, which are 2 to 3 in number, maybe 2 or 3 in number in a single cell. In animal cell, if it is present, they are few in number and smaller in size. In some large plant cells, it is single large vacuole occupies the central part of the cell. These are like a kind of dustbin in the cell. So like where the plant cell, there is no transportation of that garbage. That's why garbage means, I'm just telling an example. So where the place there is no transport of garbage, there must be a large kind of dustbin should be there. But in animal cells, where the garbage is actually thrown out limited within a limited time period, in that cells these vacuoles are small. So in plant cell, which is single and large vacuole, which is placed at the center of the cell, that's why it is called the central vacuole. In such cells, vacuole can occupy much as 90% of the total volume of the cell. So सेल की बहुत ज़्यादा जगह प्लांट सेल में बस ये वैक्यूली की ही होती है. Vacuoles are bound by semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable, that means which is allows some material to go in and some material go out. These are called tonoplast membrane. This helps in maintaining the composition of vacuolar fluid, that is cell sap of vacuole, from that of the cytosol. What is cell sap? Cell sap, that means a kind of liquid which is coming out from a thick jelly like material. Like अगर घर पे हमारे खीर बनी है तो उस खीर में से अगर दूध को छान के निकला जाए, so that will be the sap. Composition of cell sap differs in different types of cells. The cell sap of central vacuole is storehouse of various ion and thus is hypertonic to cytosol. Hypertonic, that means which shows a kind of less amount of water inside the vacuole. Small vacuoles in seeds of certain plants store organic materials like proteins. Vacuoles store excretory products or even compounds that are harmful or unpalatable to herbivores. Unpalatable, that means cannot be held by body of the herbivorous animals. And also the excretory unwanted material which must be thrown out from the cell. Thereby they are protecting the plant from that toxic or harmful material. Attractive colors of the petals are due to the storage of such pigments in the vacuoles. So pigments, that means the colored proteins which are stored in the vacuoles, and that's why the petals of the flower which gets colored. Intake of food or foreign particle by phagocytosis involves formation of food vacuole. Like we can say phagocytosis, where the formation of food vacuole, that means intake of food or foreign particle. So foreign material or food which must be taken inside the cell, like amoeba, where the phagocytosis, that means engulf process, nigal jana, that process can be performed by these vacuoles. In freshwater unicellular forms like paramecium, excretion and osmoregulation takes place by contractile vacuoles. So there is no specific excretory system in paramecium like unicellular organisms, where the vacuoles perform this kind of excretion and also performs osmoregulation, that means maintains the water level, and that's why it maintains the turgidity of the cell. There are several single plasma membranes which are bounded cell organelles in plant and animal cells, as they are microbodies. These are found in both plant and animal cells. So they are like a sacs. These microbodies contains various types of enzymes based on which they are classified into following types, like sperosomes and peroxisomes. Sperosomes are found mainly in the cells which are involved in the synthesis and storage of fats. For example, endoderm of oil seeds. The membrane of sperosome is half unit membrane. That is, this membrane has only one phospholipid layer. Half unit membrane, that means which is only single layered and which stores fats. Peroxisomes, which contains enzymes that remove hydrogen atoms from the substrate. That means where the reaction must be takes place, and reaction, to perform reduction reaction, the kind of what we can say enzymes which are present here, and the toxic hydrogen peroxide by the utilization of oxygen, so which breaks down the hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, and that oxygen is utilized by the cell, so which will reduces the toxicity of hydrogen peroxide. At the same time, peroxisome are also contains enzymes that convert toxic H2O2 to water, which actually converts toxic H2O2, means hydrogen peroxide, into the water. Conversion of toxic substances like alcohol takes place in the liver cells by peroxisomes. So as alcohol, those who are actually addiction with alcohol, their liver cells, inside their liver cells there are peroxisomes which actually degenerate this alcohol. Next part, that is glycoxysomes. These are membranes bound organelles contain enzymes that convert fatty acids to sugar. Means at the time of fast, that means when we are not eating, that time our body needs energy, and the fat which is stored in our body, which gets converted into fatty acids, and that fatty acids gets converted into sugars, which are gives us energy by respiration. So they can be observed in the cell of germinating seeds, because they are rapidly growing part of the plant, that are germinating seeds, growing seeds. That's why so many numbers of glycoxysomes over there, where the cells utilize stored fats as source of sugar till it starts photosynthesizing on its own, because these seedlings, which are growing seedlings, don't have their green pigments. That's why they cannot perform photosynthesis. They don't have food material their own form. That's why they have to utilize the material which is stored in the form of fat in the cell of the seeds, where in the growing plant parts, that are the glycoxysomes, are more in the seedlings, in the germinating seed. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are membrane bound cell organelles essential for aerobic respiration of eukaryotic cell. For aerobic respiration, so they are also known as for the powerhouse of the cell, because where the energy is formed in the form of ATP, where the reduction or breakdown of glucose takes place and energy is formed in the form of ATP molecule. Occurrence. Mitochondria are present in all living cells except prokaryotic cell and certain specialized eukaryotic cell such as anaerobic cells and mature RBCs. So they are performing important functions of in the cell, especially in the anaerobic cells and the mature RBCs. These are where they are absent, because mitochondria is responsible for the aerobic respiration only, and RBC and some eukaryotic cells and some prokaryotic cells which are not performing aerobic respiration. That's why absence of mitochondria over there. It is revealed from the studies that mitochondria are not easily visible, because unless it is specifically stained with the mitochondrial stains like acetocarmine or acetorsine. These two stains which are used to get a view of mitochondria in the microscope, of course in the electron microscope. Shape and size. Mitochondria vary considerably according to the shape and size. They have varying shape such as granular, fibrillar, spherical, oval, discoidal. granular grain like structure, fibrillar fiber like structure, spherical round shape, oval egg shape, discoidal flat surface, flat round shape like a disc. Average size of mitochondria is 2 to 6 mm in length and 0.5 mm in diameter. So typical cylindrical or sausage shape mitochondria has diameter of 0.2 to 1 mu m. 0.2 to complete 1 mu m. Ultrastructure. Mitochondria contains two membranes, outer and inner. Out of which the outer membrane, which is a smooth, forms a continuous boundary of the organelle, and the inner membrane which is infolded. Like we can say the outer one which is the small one and inner one which is the longest one or the long one. That's why it is just fitted with the kind of folds inside the outer membrane, which is semi-permeable to some metabolites. Semi-permeable to some metabolites, that means some kinds of material which is formed in the metabolic reactions, it is permeable. That means which allows some material to go in and out. Inner membrane shows several finger-like plate-like structures called cristae, where the finger-like structures which are called as cristae, which are responsible for the increasing the physiological active area or the surface area. So more the area, more the surface area, more will be the surface area available for the reaction. So which increases the reaction and helps the metabolic activities in the mitochondria. The density of cristae determines the intensity of respiration. Means we can say the more amount of cristae, that means the intensity of respiration is more. If less amount of cristae present in the mitochondria, which shows the less rate of respiration. Cristae having numerous pegs like structure are called oxysomes or F1 particles or electron transporting particles or Fernandez-Moron particles or elementary particles. But simply we use oxysome or F1 particle. Each particle consists of head F1, stalk F6, foot F0 parts. So head act as enzyme ATP synthase. That means the ATP synthesizing enzyme which is secreted over there, and foot as a proton channel from which the positive ions are removed. Oxysomes are involved in proton pumping and ATP synthesis. So why proton means positive charge? Because there is reduction of glucose molecule takes place. Oxysomes are involved in protein pumping and ATP synthesis. The outer and the inner membrane divides its lumen into two aqueous compartments separately. Two aqueous means with the liquid compartment, outer and inner compartment. So the inner one which is called matrix, and where the core of which is the core means basic inside the central part of the mitochondria, and which matrix is also possesses single circular DNA molecule, few RNA molecule, some RNA molecule, and ribosomes that are 70s that we have studied, which is made up of two parts 30 and 70s. So and the components required for the synthesis of proteins which are present over there in the matrix. So mitochondria divide by fission like just the breakdown of one cell into the two, that is the fission that we have studied in our previous standard, amoeba's multiple fission or amoeba's binary fission. So here the mitochondria is also formed by the fission by breaking down into two pieces. Two membranes of mitochondria have their own specific enzymes associated with the mitochondrial function. So these both membranes are actually performs their own different functions of mitochondria, which provide important intermediates for synthesis of several biochemicals like pyrimidine and alkaloid. Pyrimidines and alkaloids, these are the important chemicals which are generally used in the biological reactions inside the cell. So mitochondria provides this material. The inner chamber matrix of the mitochondria, which has enzymes for the synthesis of fatty acids, helps in the regulation of cellular metabolism. That means metabolism is maintained by mitochondria, and helps in apoptosis, that is the programmed cell death, means which is responsible for the death of the cell when it is not performs function specifically after specific time, then the cell dies. So cell's life is also depend on the mitochondria. Each of membrane potential mitochondria is the second largest cell organelle and are more in animal cells than in the plant cells. So these are the second largest cell organelle and which are present in more in number in animal cells than plant cells, because animal needs more energy than the plant cells, because animals are moving always. That's why their body needs more amount of energy. So here we are going to stop, and next time we are going to continue with this chapter. You have to solve assignments, keep writing assignments in your book. Thank you, all of you.